Who's starting?
Well, joint 18th, 21st birthday party, and you were there with your girlfriend at the time, and we left together. 1st of June 1996, wedding day, and the sun shone.
Great. It's quite a nice day.
It was a fantastic day. Then he was into the army, which was great, and I was so proud, but he was just never here.
We've done lots of band jobs, tour-wise, Northern Ireland, Iraq, Kenya, Jordan, America. It was a busy life.
Army life, isn't for everyone. It's made my resilience, my ability to deal with lots of new situations, much stronger. I was driving down to my parents' house and my right leg just went dead. So I had to physically lift it from the accelerator to the brake and back again. Neil had left the army. We were still in Pennycook. Neil was working in IKEA and I was still at the secondary school. So everything just, I got this big dramatic diagnosis, but nothing really changed. Nothing changed for a while, so it was easy just to sort of pretend it was just going to be like business as normal. Neil was then, doing more and more. He was having to help me get dressed, help me go to the bathroom, help me in the shower, just every single thing that you would need in a day. And he ended up losing his job because he ended up taking time off to take me to hospital, time off to look after me.
I've always been, a strong guy. I've always been a pretty big guy, and at first, it didn't really faze me. But the further it got on, I could feel my arms were losing the strength. Could hardly pick up a pan, without sort of wincing, and ended up having a really severe tennis elbow. I think it was, and it just didn't seem to be a sort of light at the end of the tunnel. It was just constant looking after, washing, cleaning, shopping, working. No time to myself, and you just start thinking, this is it. This is as good as it's going to get.
The lowest point was when Neil took himself away that day, not expecting to, or not having any intention of coming back.
Remember when Sharon's chair was there, tried lifting her onto the chair and I didn't have the strength, and Sharon had said something, just use your strength and lift me harder, and I couldn't give her that strength. It had been building up for ages and ages, and I'm like, I don't want to carry on feeling this way. I'm struggling with PTSD as it was, and the two of them were sort of amalgamating, and I stayed sort of down for a few minutes and then put my phone to the side and stood on the wall, lifted my leg up, and somebody walked up the lane. She came over and said, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And she's like, "No, you're not good." And then sat with us, chatted, and explained. And then she persuaded us to come up the hill and sort of phone the medical centre, and didn't really have anyone I felt I could turn to. When you find out that there's a million people that you could have turned to.
The word respite just made me think of an old people's home. I just thought, this is somewhere where I'm going to be parked in front of a television with a cup of tea, someone's going to pat me on the head and call me dear. When those sort of electric doors to Leuchie opened, I was just overwhelmed being called Sharon and recognised as Sharon, and, you know, being able to talk to people and have a laugh and have a conversation and meeting all these people that you would never ever have crossed paths with was great. The motor meds are a really good bit of kit. You really feel like it's your legs that are cycling. The woodland walk is just amazing. It makes me feel calm. I'm just in that moment. I'm not even sort of sat in a motorised wheelchair, you know, I'm just sat there enjoying being Sharon, sat in the sun, and it's just calm and peaceful.
Yeah, didn't really do anything, just chilled and relaxed and watched films that I wanted to watch. I was doing something that wasn't washing dishes or trying to clean up for 3 adults. It was the start of everything changing, and piece by piece, you know, like a jigsaw, how we were before MS entered our lives. And it's been good. I've got my best pal back. I know Leuchie's helped in most of that, giving us confidence back and giving Sharon back. You know, Sharon's back.
When I come back from Leuchie, I definitely bring a bit of Leuchie back.
Leuchie have been great, and they've, you know, included myself in a few things. Went bike riding with Mark and Jim around East Logan. Just being with somebody that I know is in the same boat. It was great, and just hearing somebody else's life and not just my life or Sharon's life. You know, it was nice. It was the best day I've had in a long time. It's given us a sort of new lease of life. It's brought us back to being husband and wife again, and, you know, not Neil and Sharon or Sharon and Karen. And without Leuchie, I don't think we'd have got there.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the confidence it gave me from that first visit hung around. There is help out there, you know, but Leuchie needs help to keep going, you know, for it to keep helping.
If these guys can make you feel alive again, even if it's for a weekend, or a week, you know, you'll feel good.